Alright guys, today I want to open up my Tipx mag. I use this in my M17. It fires semi-automatic really well, and I actually don't really have any issues with this at all. So I should probably just leave it alone, but yeah, I want to try full auto, and this mag just wasn't keeping up. And I think it has a lot to do with spring tension. These mag springs are pretty soft, as are the SMG mags. I may look at this one next. But let's open this up and I'm gonna see what kind of springs I got kicking around here. I got M17 springs, I got some Helix springs, I got FSC springs, so maybe just in addition to the spring in here, I'll add one, or maybe I can put a whole M17 spring in there, or a Helix spring. I've never actually taken one of these apart, so I'm just gonna remove my electrical tape here. And I keep this on my mag. I think I have 1.5 wraps here. And the reason for that is so it doesn't rattle in the mag well. It looks like all Phillips screws. Take them all out, and we'll just make sure they're all the same length. So far they are. That way there's you don't need no particular road map to put it back together. Yep, same length. One more. So there are 6 holding this thing together. That's a lot of little screws. And yes, they are all the same length. Now this is usually where things get interesting, is when you open anything under spring tension, so be careful. Oh, it actually looks like, okay, so there's a little clip there. Need a flathead, I think, to get under that. Just to lift it up gently. Like that. I don't see any other ones, so I'm just gonna slowly work my way down here. All right, well, that was pretty uneventful. So this rod here is under tension. Yep. You don't want to lose that spring. So there, if you saw it hit me right in the face, there's a little blue spring that goes here. And well, I'll be honest. We're just gonna have to wing it. So first things first, let's go find a longer spring. Let's see, that is pretty skinny mini. So the TIPX follower has a pocket it fits in, so it looks like an M17 spring probably will work in here. So let me go dig one out. All right, well, I'm fresh out of M17 spring, so I'm gonna use this D-Mag spring I got, or Helix spring. It's got some loose coils on one end and a tight coil on the other. Either end fits. I think I'll put the, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna put the tight coils into the follower. So looking at this magazine, it looked like it was gonna be easier to assemble on this side. But in fact, it's going to be easier to put together on this side. So we will start with this side. First things first. This is the little follower lock. And you have this little, I can't remember what you call these springs, but it fits down here like that. And there's a little hole in the side of this lock that fits onto this spring. And then there's this little boss here that this lock locks into. Like that. Then you have this rod. It has a slight offset on the bottom here. That fits like this. So it goes into the back of this, and then you set your rod in place. Now this part, that's your release there. So there's kind of an unfinished side. You want that side down. And I'm trying to keep all this together. You can see right here, there goes my spring on the ground. There's a slot. And then there's this other slot right here, which is where this release goes in, like that. As for this little spring, it fits in this little groove here in the rod. That's what gives you, so see there's this notch in the rod here. This is where that blue spring goes. So you can actually do it outside of the marker. Goes like that, but you gotta be careful it doesn't come shooting out. And then you can slide your rod back in. It's a little bit tricky just to keep everything together. Like I just missed here again. And the blue spring's out again. So I'm actually gonna do it in the mag now. You can see how I just snapped it in like that. Take your release, goes in like this. And you want to get, when you kind of snap it in here, well, it doesn't snap in, it just sits in. You want to get it right on the top of that blue spring. Like that. Now, getting this bad boy back together. I don't know how difficult it's gonna be. So this follower has 2 notches on the side and it is directional. So make sure, well actually there's, if you look, these notches locate in the channel. This notch is the forward facing, it appears. So be sure you have it oriented correctly. So this forward notch faces the edge of the magazine. And the question is, will we be able to get this together? It's gonna be tough with this extra tension here, guys. And nope. I'm wondering if I can cheat. So I'm gonna kind of loosely put these halves together and load this follower up. Actually, we're gonna get the spring started here first. Put the spring in all the way at the bottom. Loosely put my half on here. And I lost my blue spring. So I'm gonna try and jam this spring down here. The last thing I'm gonna do is put the follower in. Hoping that it all stays together. I can tell you right now, guys, this could be a very frustrating endeavor. Okay, make sure I got my follower oriented correctly. Hey! Almost. Get the spring started again. Put the screw in again, the bottom. Okay, try number whatever. Okay, so what I did different this time is instead of trying to open this up too much, I actually just squeeze the follower right in there. And I'm still gonna have to open it up, but you can see how it's sitting right now. Those two flats on the side and the flat on the front. And we are going to hope for the best here. Aha! That worked. Oh. All right, guys. Well, considering this was the first time I've ever opened one of these, that didn't go too bad. Definitely not the easiest mag to change a mag spring in, and is it even worth it? I don't know yet, but the spring is noticeably stronger. This normally holds 12 round ball and 12 shaped projectiles. So let's see how many it'll hold here now that I have this heavier spring in here. One, two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 11. So normally this would take 12 and you could add 30. Oh! And it would, you could have the 13th ball kind of half out of there. Instead, now it holds 11, and I wouldn't recommend putting that 12th one in. Otherwise, you're gonna end up picking your balls up off the floor. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So it holds 11 just fine. Oh, okay, let's not do that again. Definitely holds 11. I usually store these in my markers, so shaking them and doing all that sort of jazz doesn't really prove anything to me. It does. It is noticeably stronger. So I guess the next thing is we'll try and do a full auto with M17. See if the Tipx mag will keep up now. Thanks for watching.